Dylan.
And Reeves.
And we are making another What I Eat in a Day video on our healthy whole plant food diet. You liked the last one and we had some requests, so we're gonna do it. A whole healthy day of eating. This is how we realistically eat, not with a bunch of recipes all the time during the week. We'll do weekend What I Eat in a Day videos where we are a little bit fancier, but this one is very simple. And you wanted to see our smoothie because I hinted at it last time. So we are gonna make a smoothie that I do for Reeves. Every day that I remember, this is the smoothie that I make. It varies a little, but not very much. You can measure it. I have a little handy kitchen scale. I recommend if you want your smoothie to be really consistent every time. So I use the little blender. It makes about a quart or a little bit less, right, Reeves, of smoothie. And I insist that she drink the whole thing. It's got lots of kale. That's already like 50 grams of kale. The smoothie I make myself is 150 grams of kale. You know, I always talk about don't chase nutrients. A smoothie is your one chance where chasing the nutrients doesn't add a bunch of complexity to the diet. If you're like, oh, I have to cook this a certain way in order to get the maximum amount of nutrients out of this, those are the kinds of things that I am just like not a fan of. But what I will nutrient change in a smoothie once in a while is I'll add things like dulse flakes because there's some iodine in that. A Brazil nut I throw in because it has the selenium or whatever. I don't even know what it is and probably don't need to care about it. But a smoothie is also a bad way to eat if you're working on weight loss. You don't want to drink all of your calories right down the hatch. That's just too fast and too fruity and sugary, especially if you're using frozen fruit like we are. You remember with the Instant Pot ziti that we made a bunch of sand art in little jars? Well, I do that for smoothies too because I don't want to spend a bunch of time putting a teaspoon of this and that into a smoothie. This is where if you wanted to be a fanatic, let's throw it in. You could put in some like chlorella or spirulina, maybe a teaspoon of each of those. I'll put a list on the blog post down below so that you can see all the different ideas that you could throw in a smoothie, but like be as simple as you can be. This is like the maximum amount of nutrient chasing I would ever do. So I don't want to confuse anybody and be like, well, Dylan eats, you know, moringa powder in his smoothie. That's a little bit extra, don't you? Yeah, it is. It's a smoothie. Here's our yogurt. We talked about our yogurt in the last What I Eat in a Day video. Sometimes we make it with granola and whatnot, but I like to get the nice calorie dense stuff in my smoothie because I do want to use it to get calories. I'm working out a lot in the gym. Rebecca is a nursing mom, so she still needs to get lots of calories. The yogurt also gives it a very nice flavor. I like the yogurty flavor in the smoothie. I try to let some bananas get ripe on the counter and I'll throw those in. I usually don't go to the trouble of freezing them. My go-to for the fruit are these two bags from Costco. I like to use organic berries because those tend to be a little more pesticide laden. And so we have a triple berry blend here and we have Daybreak. Both have strawberries, so there tends to be a little more strawberries in these smoothies. And then this one has the peach and the mango. That's a nice touch. And then water. Throw in a cup or so of water and that's the smoothie. Let's blend it. You really do want to make sure you're blending it well. Give it like at least 30 seconds to a minute. Just let it blend. And it's not gonna heat it up a whole bunch or anything. It'll still be a nice, icy cold, delicious smoothie. Immediately rinse your blender.
Do you find that all the ground chia and flax keeps you regular?
I think our whole diet keeps us very regular. It will help with your poops. This one isn't too sweet actually. I mean, you'll like it. It's Reeves approved. Well, you tell us.
It's not too sweet, it's really good.
Will you be able to finish that?
It will take me a while, but I can multitask.
You're not a chugger.
You can't get this at Jamba Juice. It'd be like $17. Dill, look at the color of your smoothie compared
mine's
to mine.
Mine's a little greener, and it made about this much. My smoothie's probably close to 1,000 calories. Yours is about maybe half that, I don't know. This is how I really get my fruit. You don't see me grazing on fruit very often.
I've never seen you eat fruit.
Of course you've seen me eat fruit. It is not something you'd get at Jamba Juice. We are having lunch. We love to make potatoes in the air fryer. Potato wedges, fries, some people call them fries, and just dip. And we just eat a whole meal of potatoes. Rebecca likes to dip potatoes.
And broccoli.
This is one version of food prep that we sometimes do. Good 5 pounds of potatoes in the Instant Pot. Just scrub them, put a little trivet at the bottom with a half a cup of water or whatever, and then fill the Instant Pot up with whole russet potatoes. And I did like 13 minutes and I did natural release. You could just chow on one. Just like that. I walk around just eating potatoes like this with some of our sriracha, squirt, squirt. But we're gonna air fry these, not just eat them plain like this. Air frying is gonna give these potatoes a nice crunch. It's gonna increase the calorie density. That's okay, it's just potatoes, and we're gonna dip it in healthy sauces.
But there's something magical about cooking them and refrigerating them overnight that makes them crispy.
Refrigerate the cooked potatoes and it causes something to happen with the resistant starch, and then it just makes better French fries. And all I'm doing is cutting them into wedges, pretty much quarters. So all I do is give them lots of space to breathe, not lots, but you know, enough. Okay, a whole tray it is. Now we often do this with absolutely no seasoning at all, but you know, why not? If you got it, you can just sprinkle on a little bit and it'll stick to the potatoes pretty well and give you lots of nice flavor. There's a little bit of that, It turns out we aren't just eating potatoes by themselves. Rebecca wanted some frozen broccoli because frozen broccoli in the air fryer is pretty darn good. This is now a very well-rounded meal. Just spread it out on a basket. We have an extra basket, so we're gonna try to run 2 baskets at a time. But when you do that in here, you sort of have to rotate them a little bit. We'll just sprinkle.
Okay, live life on the veg, right, Dill?
Okay, we're sprinkled. Okay, we're about 15 minutes left, but we might have to switch them in a little bit. It may take more than the 15 minutes.
I was born ready for French fries.
Let's French fry.
Did you end up putting more time on, Dill?
I sure did.
Oh, wow. I've never seen a more beautiful sight. Check this out. Perfect little crispy ends, but they're still soft. Yum.
Looks like you got some dipping planned.
I just want to have a dipping party for lunch. You ever just feel like dipping?
I sure do.
I have my 3 favorite dips. You guys, I know this sweet mustard says dressing, but you really need to use it as a dip because it's delicious. It's like a honey mustard, except no honey, no agave either. Tomato ketchup with French fries. It's a classic. You're gonna love it. Why wouldn't you? This Indian sauce is the best sauce I've ever had. If you have not tried our Indian sauce, you need to try it. It's so delicious. The moment I tried it at Chef AJ's conference, when your mom gave me a free sample of it on a tiny little spoon, I said, give me the rest of the bottle, I'm gonna drink it.
That was 3.5 years ago.
Time flies when you're dipping your fries. Eating French fries guilt-free is like the best gift on planet Earth that I was ever given. The day I was told you can eat potatoes and fries and carbs aren't bad for you.
How's your blood sugar?
Perfect. Ooh, it's hot.
Don't make me stare at this broccoli.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna dip this in sweet mustard.
Oh. What's better than a simple meal of potatoes and broccoli? What are you doing over here?
Working.
Looks like you're doing more than working there, miss.
I'm double dipping actually.
Oh, she double dipping it. That's
They always
good.
say working hard or hardly working.
It's your lunch break. Aren't you supposed to just be enjoying your food?
No, because my boss works me to the bone.
Oh,
Just kidding. Fast food, burgers, and fries.
It is dinner time and we are gonna enjoy some of these brown rice ramen noodles. You saw that I have like 20 packs of these things in the basement because I'm so afraid that Costco is gonna run out of them. Peanut ramen bowl, that's what we're having for dinner. And it is as simple as getting some water a boil. This is like a pot of more water than you would think I'd need. I'm only gonna throw in like 3 of these things. They have this green one too. What's this flavor?
Probably edamame.
I like it either way. But these are the best ones because they have them in the monster pack at Costco. So now I can fill up my little container here. But we'll just keep the green ones on the bottom for special occasions.
I'm not sure that's gonna fit.
That might not fit. So I like to throw 3 in and then just set the timer for like 5 minutes. They take like a few minutes longer than that, but we're gonna throw some stuff in the last couple minutes. And as they start to break up, I just take a fork and then I just stab them to bust up the noodles so they don't stay all clumped together. Let's make a sauce. It's so fast. You're gonna explode out of your mind. Let's make a sauce. It's really fast and easy. This is just a simple peanut sauce. I'm gonna put a little bit of water at the bottom of the blender. That keeps the peanut butter from sticking so much. 1/3 of a cup of peanut butter for this sauce.
What about people that like to use the peanut butter powder?
Yes, we have a version of this using the peanut butter powder too. I don't use that stuff very often, but like a 1/4 cup of peanut butter powder with a 1/4 cup of water will get you there. I'm gonna have to get a spoon for this. We'll put the answer to that question down in the recipe in the blog too, so you have both versions. There we go, let's get it in there.
But you know, you can also like air fry chickpeas and use that instead.
Roast those chickpeas till they're like nice and dried out and somehow they taste a little peanutty. And then you got a really light calorie dilute version of this. Next, we got a little bit of rice vinegar. Don't leave this one out. This gives it a nice Asian-y flavor. You know how rice vinegar is. Only about a tablespoon is all it needs. You could probably use half a lime. I think Reeves will be mad at me if I leave a half a lime sitting out.
What did I say about half of anything in the fridge?
Yeah, she does not like partials. So we'll just use the whole lime. And we need a scallion, just one green onion. I'll cut the top off and let's just chop it a little bit to help the blender and throw it in. Fresh ginger, you gotta have that ginger root. Just a nice 1-inch nub. How about that? You can peel the skin off. It doesn't matter, you're just throwing it in the blender anyway. Gotta have that garlic. Here's the cheater garlic. If you have some fresh cloves of garlic, that'll just give you a little more flavor. But this cheater garlic is so fast and easy. A little sweetness, you could throw in a couple of deglet dates, or you could throw in a couple teaspoons or so of our date powder. I like to use the date powder because it's just so fast and easy. Throw it in. How about a little bit of crushed red pepper? You could use like the fancy Thai chilies, but you know, this is faster. I'm always grabbing at this bottle, so I know right where it is. And now for a little salt. If you want it, you could just blend this up just like that and you're in good shape. It's gonna be a really tasty peanut sauce. But if you want, you could put in a little bit of red miso or white miso. Maybe just like a tablespoon is more than enough. Or some tamari. Reeves likes the tamari flavor in this. So we'll just eyeball about a couple of teaspoons worth. That's probably plenty. And that's it. Let's blend it. So now our noodles are looking good. I'm gonna bust them up with the fork like I was saying, get them all separated. They still need a couple minutes to cook, but we're gonna add some cooking companions, okay? And that's gonna be these petit broccoli flores. So we've got more of that same frozen broccoli we used at lunchtime. Why not? It's front of mind, am I right, Reeves?
Heck yeah.
And then we got some shelled edamame. How about we grab some soybeans? Get that in there. And now I turned it back up to high just because we added a bunch of ice cubes to the water. That's a good sauce. And I was about to tell you that it may look a little watery, but as soon as it hits the noodles, it like thickens up and coats the noodles, so it's okay. You don't want like a thick peanut sauce coming out of your blender, or that's gonna be hard to eat. It's just gonna stick to your mouth. You're gonna be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, happens all the time.
Happens all the time. It's very common to do the peanut sauce wrong. Here's a little green onion that we'll sprinkle on top of our bowl, no big deal. Had a couple of leaves of cilantro left. They'll be perfect for this. Give it a good shake. You don't want any excess liquid here. Back in the pot. And now let's just toss in this entire blender canister of sauce. Stir it all together. It's pretty saucy, but it's gonna thicken up. You like it saucy. See, you're not, once these noodles suck it all up, nothing's left. Beautiful.
Beautiful. You tonging it today?
Yeah, the tongs are nice for the noodles. Apparently it still makes a mess, so you don't think you're gonna get out of that. We have been loving this broccoli slaw. It's just broccoli and a little bit of carrots. I just kind of mix it all in, gives it a little crunch, whatever. Have I done it in this bowl with that before? No. Green onion on there, that scallion's real nice and pretty. Some of that chopped cilantro there. Black sesame seeds. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? Dang, am I an Instagrammer or what? Oh boy. It's hot. That is good. I love the fresh ginger. Do not leave the fresh ginger out of that sauce. It's hot.
Does it taste like restaurant quality?
Definitely. Better than that. Healthier than that. And faster than that.
This is a 10-minute meal.
This is definitely a 10-minute meal. That whole sauce we put together and the time it takes to boil up noodles. You can't go faster than that. All right, Reeves coming in for that dinner taste.
Ooh, this has been an exciting day for me.
Yeah, you got lots of
I'm going just for the broccoli.
It's like all your favorite meals in one video.
Yeah, it's so good. I love that peanutty flavor. And I like the fresh ingredients, and man, the frozen stuff, you can't tell. It's just a really good, tasty, filling meal.
As you can see, it is all about getting in and out of the kitchen as quickly as you can. You don't want to spend the rest of your life cooking because you're on this fancy plant-based diet that requires so much time and complexity. No, simplify your healthy diet. Eat just like us. Check out these recipes down below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, be sure to do so, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.